Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the Solano College Sports Network. It's May 3rd, 2015. It's round one of the softball Northern Regionals here at beautiful Solano College with a matchup between the West Valley Vikings and the Solano Falcons. West Valley Vikings won game one. I'm Stash Moida, joined the booth with Tyler Stover and Bella Felofini. Bella, you were here yesterday. Tyler and I were covering the baseball playoff game. Tell us a little bit about game one.
Game one, West Valley came out with the win. You know, when you get two really good teams like that, it really just comes down to who makes the least errors. And West Valley came out on top with that one.
So what should we expect from Solano today to win game two here?
We should expect just a lot of speed with the middle of the order, showing a lot of power. Denali, obviously a great pitcher. She's going to keep them off balance, changing speeds. And Solano's just going to have to jump early after the loss yesterday. They're going to have to come out firing with a lot of intensity.
There we go. So this is game two. Starting lineup for the West Valley. Leading off is going to be Rachel Norman at shortstop, Carissa Aguilar at third base, Kat Guevara, the pitcher today, Reagan Van Diemen at first base, Lindsay Rafter in right field, Marissa Ortiz at second base, Jen Amaral behind the dish, Alina Chakudi, the DP, Kim Showalter out in center field, and Kaylin Newmeyer will be the flex playing in left field. And now here's a starting lineup for your Solano Falcons.
Elena Benapayo, Concord High School.
Hi, my name is Danny MG, and I'm from Napa High School.
Stephanie Cello, Davis Senior High School.
Anjanae White, St. Patrick, St. Vincent High School.
Ashley Dufresne, Davis Senior High School.
Jade Baghdad, Vanden High School.
Hi, my name is Brittany Jacobson. I'm a sophomore, and I went to Kent Lake High School.
Kristen Payne Bayardo, Willseywood High School.
Jasmine Hornsby Edwards, Jessie Bethel High School.
Denali Smith, Anchorage, Alaska, West Anchorage High School.
Hello, my name is Joel Laguerre, the Superintendent President of Solano Community College, one of the best community colleges in the Northern California area. I want to invite all of our seniors who are graduating from our high schools anywhere in the area, whether it's Solano County, whether it's Winters, Rio Vista, Dixon. I invite you to consider Solano Community College as your higher education choice. And if you are going to go away to college, I invite you to take summer classes with us. And also, if you're coming to Solano Community College, we invite you to start taking classes this summer so you can get a head start on your college education. Solano Community College is one of the very best in the region, and I'm proud to say that, and I guarantee you that you're going to have wonderful faculty who will teach you the greatest things that you need to know, as well as friendly staff who will make sure that you get the help that you need so that you can be very successful in college. We know that it is very difficult to succeed in education in general. That's why at Solano Community College, we make it easy for our students and we give them a very top quality education. So please join us. Look us up at www.solano.edu.
All right, the teams are getting pumped up for game two. West Valley leads the series 1-0, and this is a crucial game for the Falcons today. And they'll be facing Kat Guevara out on the mound for West Valley. She comes in with a record of 18-5 with 1 save, 16 complete games, 154 innings pitched, 157 strikeouts. That's about 7 a game. She's given up 6 home runs on the year with a 1.43 ERA. And what is Solano going to have to do, Bella, to jump on her early?
Well, Solano did face her yesterday, so they are familiar with her pitching. You know, they just have to take yesterday and just adjust to the plate and come out swinging. stay off that rise, you know. They were swinging pretty high yesterday.
So just be a little more patient. So there was lack of patience up at the little anticipation for that first game.
A little bit. You know, when you got a great pitcher like that on the mound, you got to come in there with great discipline and patience.
Now the defensive side of the ball here for West Valley, what would be a key for them to get Game 2 victory here?
They just need to keep the momentum in their plate, you know, just don't make the mistakes. Don't let Solano capitalize. Solano's hungry. They got to win 2 today, you know.
Yeah, in the words of Ernie Banks, a legendary baseball player, let's play 2.
Exactly.
And that's what Solano's looking to do here. This is an all-crucial Game 2. It's win or go home for the Falcons, and we're just about ready for first pitch here. First time we've had Tyler Stover in a softball broadcast. Are you excited for today's game, Tyler?
Yeah, it's going to be a nice change of pace. I hear they like to hit a lot of home runs, which I'm a big fan of. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see how much different it is than the baseball field.
A lot quicker.
Yeah.
A lot quicker.
Yeah, softball doesn't have to worry about the pace of play like baseball does. So here we go. Elena Benapayo leading off for the Solano Falcons. Benapayo comes in with a .485 average. First pitch is a ball. First pitch, 12:01. So now Elena Benapayo ahead of the count. Very smart hitter at the plate. Last year's Northern California Player of the Year in her sophomore season. Outstanding sophomore season for her. That pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Elena does have a .558 on-base percentage. She leads the team in at-bats, runs, and hits. 64 hits on the year for her.
That's a stat. That is
Trying to drop it down. This one goes foul, 1-2. Yeah, how crucial is it to have this type of leadoff hitter for your team?
It's incredibly crucial. Elena, you know, Elena Benapayo, you know. I think she made the All-American team this year again.
Very nice.
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Yep.
So now it's the 1-2 count. Guevara out ahead. Let's see what she brings here. Foul straight back. Don't flinch, Tyler. Saw a little wince over there.
Yep, you got me. That's usually you that winces over at the baseball field.
I'm just ducking behind you because I know you got good hands that you can protect me over here.
I was hoping you'd protect me.
That's what Bella's for. She's the catcher, so.
It's true.
She pokes this one right to the shortstop, Norman. She picks up, throws it over to first for out number 1. So that's a good start for West Valley there. It's always crucial to get the first batter out of the game. Now it's going to bring up Danny MG.
Now batting designated player number 0, Danny MG.
MG batting a .371 on the year. Yeah, so the final score of game 1 was 9-7.
Yes.
I was looking at the box score earlier today, and it seemed like West Valley got a couple run. They got a run, and then they added on to 2. Solano got it down to 2-1, and every time Solano tried to counteract and get back in the game, West Valley just kind of put the foot to the pedal.
Yeah. Top of 7th inning, 6-5. You know, so they scored those crucial runs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Solano came back in the bottom of 7, scored a couple, but couldn't pull through.
She does attempt at that, so it's 0-2 to Danny MG. You know, with this potent offense that Solano has, I mean, they're second in the state in runs, second in hits, fourth in triples. Or first in triples with 26, fourth in doubles. And this one's poked out in left field, and that is a catch by Kaylin Newmeyer. A little bit of blue pitch shading in.
Yeah, if Newmeyer wasn't playing her like a slapper, that ball was definitely dropping. But she played her in like she should have, and easy out there.
And now it brings up Steph Cello. She's been a great 3-hitter this year for the Solano Falcons. Great freshman campaign, batted a .452 on the year.
And Steph Cello catching today. She made the All Norcal team.
Wow. It's always good to see a lot of the Falcons getting honors. I mean, with the way they swung the bats this year, I mean, it's unbelievable.
I mean, it's in the stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stats don't lie. The pitch from Guevara. And that is called a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. So Cat Guevara, nothing but strikes here. The first pitch was a ball, but since then, pounding that strike zone. Showing bunt. I'm sure she's going to pull this back. This one's hit, and that is a fair ball, and that is a base hit for Steph Sello. She's going to go to 2. And she's in there, standing up. Good effort there by Carissa Aguilar, but she just could not get a glove on it.
Yeah, that one was hit hard down third baseline. Good effort by the third baseman and good hustle to get into second. 2 outs, runner in scoring position.
Number 9, Andre White.
And now it brings up Nay White, who led the whole state of California with her batting average, 574 on the year. She flirted with 600 most of the year. I mean, outstanding freshman campaign for her.
44 RBIs is impressive also. Good time to get her 45th.
Prime opportunity. You want to jump out quick to a 1-0 lead. Oh, this popped straight up behind the plate. Amaral is under it. She makes the grab for out number 3. So Solano strands 1, and we're heading to the bottom of the first.
Denali Smith, freshman pitcher. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
So you see a good shot there of Denali Smith, the pitcher on the mound for the Falcons today. Denali from Alaska, her nickname is Alaska. She comes in with a 13-5 record, 10 complete games at 107, and a third inning pitched with a 1.93 ERA, 54 strikeouts on the year.
For Solano is number 6, Denali Smith. Leading off the bottom of the first for West Valley. Shortstop, number 17, Rachel Norman.
So the shortstop, Rachel Norman, is coming up to the plate now to lead off, batting .404 all year long. She leads the team, second on the team with 44 RBIs. First pitch called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Good frame there by Steph Sello. I know you like to see that, Bella.
Always.
Now, what type of stuff is Denali Smith going to bring to the table today?
Denali's fresh, you know.
Good play there by Brittany Jacobson. That's the first out of the ball game for the Solano.
As I was saying, Denali Smith, Alaska.
Now batting third.
You know, she didn't pitch yesterday, so she's coming out today, fresh arm, you know. Just ready to bring it. Show them West Valley what they're missing.
Little slash, pulls it back, swings at it. 0-1 to Carissa Aguilar, third baseman today. So now it's 0-1 to Carissa. Good pitch. The bunt is down. It's a foul ball. And that's an out. Hit her outside the box. That's out number 2. You know, speaking of balls hitting batters in play, how about yesterday? 2 Major League Baseball games ended on a runner getting hit by a ball.
Yeah, I saw one of them. The Diamondbacks guy is running to second base against my fellow Dodgers.
First pitch is in there, strike call to Kat Guevara, the pitcher today, trying to help herself out here. Yeah, and the other one, the Angels, had runners on first and third, 2 outs against San Francisco, and the guy on second base just hit him right in the foot. Game over. This one's popped up in the infield. Elena Benapayo's under it. She makes the grab for out number 3, so 3 up, 3 down, and we're heading to the second.
Hi, my name is Vincent Lubit. I'm a student in Professor Ginger Kane's ballroom dance class. Ginger Kane has hired Peter Petty and his 8-piece orchestra band here in campus. The event will be held May 15th. Dance lessons will be held 7 to 8 p.m. and dance and listening will be 8 to 10 p.m. Tickets are $10 and $15 at the door. At the event, there will be raffle prizes and snacks for purchase. And for further information, please contact Ginger Kane at 707-864-7000, extension code 4348. Hope to see you there.
So welcome back. Top of the second now, still scoreless. Pretty quick first inning there. Now we see Ashley Dufresne coming up to play. She'll be leading off, batting .313 on the year with 1 home run, 36 RBIs. Will be Dufresne, Backtad, and Jacobson. This is where you really get into the power part of Solano's lineup.
I mean, we talk about power. I look at Solano's lineup, and I can look it all down and up. Ashley, Jade, Brittany, Elena, Steph. That's power.
Yeah. 1 through 9, they're always a threat to take one out, especially we got pretty much a swirling wind coming around this field. And
gotta love Fairfield.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of blowing in from left field, cutting us right here behind home plate, and then going back out towards right. It's a little different wind. I know it's different wind than you're seeing over there on the baseball field, Tyler, where most of it goes out towards center field.
Yeah, it's definitely different over here. We're like a little bit down the hill, it seems like, but yeah, it's definitely swirly over here. But over at the baseball field, it's mainly you're going to see it go center to right center and down the right field line. So at least you know what you're getting down there. But here, as an outfielder, you just have to make sure that you know which way the wind's blowing and make sure that you stay behind the baseball. Can't let it carry over your head.
First pitch outside, ball 1 to Ashley Dufresne.
Sorry, softball.
Softball, there you go. Just making the transition.
I'm trying.
It's a good transition.
It's the 1-0. That's outside, ball 2. 2-0 now to Dufresne. This is definitely a hitter's count. Ashley, a very smart hitter. Great situational hitter all year long for the Falcons. She's always been able to come up with that big hit when they need to move the runner over or they need to get the runner in. She always comes up big. So let's see if she can start it up here with the 2-0 count. That's high, ball 3. You do not want to give Solano free passes with the way they can hit the ball. I really think the key to beating Solano is avoid that big inning. Solano could really put a lot of runs on you in an inning. It can really get away from you quickly.
Yeah, you never just want to put runners on.
That's 4 straight balls. Leadoff walk to Ashley Dufresne.
Now batting first baseman, number 8, Jade Backtad.
Now brings up the sophomore first baseman, Jade Backtad. Comes in batting a .415 on the year, 2 home runs, 26 RBIs.
Yeah, runners on. Jade up to bat. And I know Jade. I played with Jade last year. And she comes clutch, and she's got the power.
Ball, that's high. 1-0. So 5 straight balls now thrown from Kat Guevara.
Solano showing great discipline this game.
Yeah, 5 straight. You expect to see a pitch taken here, right, Tyler?
Yeah,
5
I would
straight balls.
expect the hitter like Jade, too, being able to hit deep in counts.
That's a good take there. A little bit high outside. Hit the corner, so now count goes 1-1. So with no outs here, you just have to get that runner over to second base. Try to scrape up some runs here. Here comes the pitch. Pop straight back right at us. 1-2. Pretty nice turnout today for some Sunday afternoon baseball, softball here at the Solano College softball field. You got me saying baseball over here, Tyler.
Don't blame that on me. You're supposed to be a professional.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3, way out ahead of that.
Now, what pitch was that?
That right there was a good pitch.
A little bit of a floating curveball. Had a lot of spin.
Yeah. Honestly, that looked like more of a screw to me, you know. And from the looks of Guevara yesterday, she's got a really nice screw on her. Pretty good rise ball.
Drops it down, and it's a good one. Going to second. Out at second. Jacobson safe at first. So fielder's choice. Out number 2 now. It's going to bring up Kristen Bayardo.
Now batting right fielder, number 2, Kristen Bayardo.
Bayardo is the team leader in walks this year. That's why she has a .523 on base percentage. Very smart hitter at the plate. That's a strike call on the outside corner. 0-1. Now, Tyler, what have you seen from Kat Guevara so far in this game that you like?
She's keeping the ball down and changing speeds, as we saw with the screwball.
Oh, this one's hit out in the right center field. Carried, and the ball is down. And they're going to wave her home. Could be a close play at the plate, and she's in safely. Solano takes the lead, 1-0.
Well, prior to that, she was keeping the ball down right there. I think she left it up. It's a good job. Hitting it hard to right fielder. Right fielder trying to make the diving play. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And Solano capitalize on the mistakes. That's what you need to do in playoff situations. You make sure that you capitalize on all errors that the other team makes because, you know, in playoffs, they're not going to make very many of them. These teams are sharp and they're focused. So right there, it's just a good job by Solano.
So we're rolling that an error or a double?
Error.
Error. E9. And this one's popped right back at the screen. It's Jasmine Hornsby Edwards at the plate now. So Solano now has that 1-0 lead. All important first run, too. You always want to start the game ahead, give your pitcher a little room to relax.
Yeah, we saw over at the baseball field them jump out to a 1-0 lead both games. 6-8 was the killer.
Oh, smoked and foul down the left field line to 0-2. Yeah, the Solano baseball team took on Ohlone College in the best-of-3 series. They dropped the first game. They had an opportunity with bases loaded, and they couldn't come through in the 9th. It was a great rally, and then, like you said, Tyler, the 6th inning, and both the games really cost them. They wound up losing on a walk-off hit, but a great season for the baseball team as well. But how cool is it to see both the softball and the baseball team win the Bay Valley Conference this year for Solano?
Well, that's great. That's amazing. It's really good for the school.
Yeah, that's why we were unable to do game 1 here because we had game 2 going on yesterday with the baseball. But good thing you were here.
I was ready.
You were our eyes and ears over here. Chop foul.
Yeah, facilities-wise, though, I think that as you get a shot in the background, softball, obviously, adding some new additions. I mean, it's beautiful out here, and over at the baseball field, it's great, too. with the clubhouse that they have. So I don't know why a recruit wouldn't want to come here, at least give them a chance. And with the broadcast, we talked about how important it is and how great it is to have it.
Pop back up, foul again. So a great battle here by Jasmine Hornsby Edwards. Yeah, something we do not do too often here. We got to give a shout out to all the grounds crew here at Solano College, making this place a beautiful place to go to school. And the amenities and fields here are always pristine condition.
Not even just that. I mean, they keep up the field and they do a great job doing that, but they're also pretty friendly and come out and support and watch the games.
Yeah, they're always hanging around, cheering on the team. Great battle, fouled it back again, and Hornsby Edwards just fighting off these tough pitches. Now is the kind of situation, who's going to blink first?
That's definitely what you want to see from your 9-hitter, though. Be able to see some pitches, battle, and try to just hit some hard into a gap or up the middle and get that run in from second with 2 outs.
So now the count 1-2 once again. Kavar rocks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and she gets out of the jam, but the damage is done. Solano gets 1, heading to the bottom of the second.
Jade Backtad, sophomore, infielder. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
So Solano leading 1-0, and now it's West Valley's turn to maybe try to get one back here with the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. Reagan Van Diemen, Lindsay Rafter, and Marissa Ortiz. Batters due up for the West Valley Vikings.
Off the bottom of the second for the Vikings of West Valley, first baseman, number 15, Reagan.
Hey, how about that shirt the third base coach for West Valley is rocking? Little West Valley has some Viking pictures on it. It's pretty interesting.
That's a coaching shirt, you know?
So Reagan Van Diemen comes in batting a .409, leads the team in hits, and she would love to get a leadoff hit here.
I'll tell you what, these averages are ridiculous. 400, it's unbelievable how well they can handle the bat. And we've seen both pitchers so pretty good too. So it just shows the competitive nature out here.
Welcome to softball, Tyler.
Yep. Glad to be here.
Chop dead at the plate, foul ball, count goes to 1-1. And Solano is having a great run ever since Coach Terry Pearson Bloom has taken over this program. 10 straight BVC titles for the women's softball team here at Solano. Always have deep runs in the playoffs as well. This one's chopped, foul, 1-2.
Yeah, it's great to see, again, for the school too, because softball, 10 straight BVC titles, baseball 6 out of the 10. So it just shows the pure dominance that they have. And I think that recruits are starting to see that, obviously, like we talked about, the facilities and the style of play. We know Coach Terry Bloom is a great coach, Coach Scott Stover over at baseball too, with their Coach of the Year award. So it's nice to see.
Yeah, and it all starts with coaching. I mean, not just the head coach, but they bring in great coaching staffs. Like Scott Stover has a great staff under him, same with Terry Pearson Bloom.
Yeah.
And I know we touched on it a couple different times, Bella, but how they made you grow as a player as well and how they work with you guys day in, day out. Oh, this one's smoked out in the left field, and MG cannot come up with the play. Good effort there. So that's a stand-up leadoff double for Reagan Van Diemen.
That was a really tough play for Danielle to come out with anyways. You know, that ball was a shot.
Number 13, Lindsay Rafter.
So now it's going to bring out Lindsey Rafter. Rafter does have 6 home runs on the year, batting a .329.
I mean, to be honest, I'm a little disappointed. We're already in the second inning, and I haven't seen a home run yet from either side. I was expecting there to be 5 by now.
This one's lifted down the right field line. Foul. Count goes 0-1.
But I think there was only 2 home runs yesterday. Just two.
Just two?
Just
yeah.
two.
Well, it just shows how good pitchers are for both sides. Obviously, Denali doing a great job, and West Valley doing a great job too.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of slow pitch softball where all the home runs come into play.
I'm seeing some of these stats, and they're unbelievable. 9 home runs for.
Whoo, swing and a miss. And great job by Alaska there, taking a little bit off that pitch.
Yeah, 9 home runs for
Lydia Reyes, who's actually out for today's game, so the leading home run hitter. That's a big blow to West Valley.
Yeah, I met her yesterday. I saw a little cast on her wrist. It's unfortunate.
And things like that where in playoff time when you lose your best player, obviously it sucks out the life of both teams or your team. So that's when Solano just has to jump, try to use every advantage they can.
Yeah, you know, this was hit high and deep into center field. Nay White going back, makes the grab for out number 1.
Right there, I think we saw the wind kick up a little bit too. I didn't think that would be hit as far as it was, and then you see White have to go back a little bit, make the play.
Marissa Ortiz.
Yeah, like we touched on earlier, this win is definitely going to play a huge factor in this game. And I think the double, or the E9 in the last inning off Kristen Bayardo's bat, it kept tailing away from the right fielder. She really could not get a really good read on the ball. This one's hit. Benapayo coming in on the run. It makes the throw for out number 2.
And that's what you get with Solano County in general. The wind just kicks up in spurts. You never really know. You can come out one day and then it's going to be a light breeze, and then all of a sudden by the 3rd, 4th inning, it's going to just kick up and be brutal.
Yeah, it's really an adjustment you have to make. I'm from Concord, and I'm not used to the wind. So when I started going to Solano, I'm like, whoa, not a fan.
Pop straight back off the gate there. So count goes 0-1 to Janet Amaral.
Yesterday was a warm one, though.
Yeah.
Not a lot of wind. Never really paid a big factor in the baseball game. I don't know about the softball game. But in here, a little cooler.
Pop straight up once again. Oh, almost makes it over the backstop. Looks like we almost got a souvenir.
I mean, you'd have to catch it first, Sosh.
I'll use my hat.
Huh.
I think you're
There you
bailing
go.
out of the way if that comes down towards you.
I'm ducking under you. I'm sure Bella's going to show us both up by making that catch.
Yeah, she'll make the catch. We'll both bail.
So now 0-2 to Amaral. Runner on third, 2 outs. Big pitch. Outside, ball 1. Trying to get her to chase. That's a good waste pitch there.
So what are the pitches that are common in softball, Bella? I'm not really familiar with it, but I see a lot of sink and run.
Yeah, for softball, we mainly stick with the screw, curve, rise, drop.
Bayardo makes the grab for out number 3, so Solano gets out of the jam, and West Valley strands a runner at third. 1-0, heading to the 3rd. Top of the third, Solano still leading 1-0. The leadoff hitter, Elena Benapao, coming up 0 for 1 today. So second time through the lineup. Expect the Solano bats start to come alive.
Yeah, warm-up round is over.
Yeah, you really got to feel out the pitcher, see how she was trying to throw you. I mean, she's pretty much been dominating that strike zone, just keeps pounding them in. And it was just the E9 that really cost West Valley in this game so far. But like this old saying goes, you got to win every inning. So you got to keep adding on more.
Elena Benapayo.
So, Stosh, while we have a second, this is your last day of broadcasting, right? Because we had your last baseball game yesterday.
This will be my last game here. Hopefully next game will be my last game for game 3.
It was your last day, though?
My last day here at the Solano College Sports Network, and what a ride it's been. I mean,
are you going to cry? Are we going to see some tears?
Oh.
Bella's getting a little emotional over there.
I might shed a few.
Maybe when we get closer to the end here.
Tears of joy.
Trying to drop it down. Bunts it foul. 0-1.
I mean, to have the voice of Solano College baseball and softball, and, well, all sports, really. I mean, it's been nice. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a great ride. I mean, you got to see a lot of great athletes come through all these programs. Got to meet a lot of great people, the coaching staffs. Everybody here has been outstanding, super friendly. And
it's nice that we can get you a hat to take on your journey. You better wear it out there in Florida.
Oh, I'll always be rocking. Everybody keeps asking me, are you a Dodgers fan? I go, no. I'm an A's fan. But
just a huge Solano College fan.
I'm just a huge Solano College fan. You know how, like, Aaron Rodgers, you know, he always on there, he goes, Butte College. So maybe one day I get one of those. Hey, Solano College, you know, represent. It's another 1-1 to Benapayo. And that's a strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
Yeah, you know, it'd be nice, though, if you decide to come back for spring break. Obviously, if you're going to be in Florida, you probably want to stay out there. But if you come back, maybe you can do a game for baseball over there.
I know. You'll be playing next year.
Yeah, I'd like a little clip of you talking about me, saying all the good things. Saying all the things that aren't true.
Tell him about how you're a nice guy and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Swings at a high pitch, pops this one up. Swirling wind, and that's a fair ball, and Benapayo safe at first.
Yeah, and right there I think we're seeing the home field advantage. Solano defensively been doing a good job adjusting to the wind, but West Valley, I mean, I haven't been out there, but I'm assuming that they don't have wind that swirls like this. So this is just win situations. Benapayo obviously with great speed, so she's going to have to utilize that. But they're going to have to take advantage of the mistakes West Valley's making, especially since Solano's down in a 1-0 hole in the series.
Yeah, now with Benapayo on the best base stealer of the Solano Falcons lineup. 19 stolen bases on the year, has not been thrown out one time.
Now, for people that are watching that aren't familiar with softball.
Here's a replay there. And you see her just run right into her. But ball was fair. Hard play there for Reagan Van Diemen.
Myself included, though, Bella, can you clarify the stolen base? Is it you can't go until it gets past the plate?
No. Right when the ball is released from the pitcher's hand is when your foot can leave the bag.
Okay.
Pulls it back. Oh, that's a perfect slash right there. And that's a base hit for Danny Emge.
And right there, as a hitter, if the third baseman's playing in like that, is that what she was trying to do right there? Just try to slap it in between the shortstop and the third baseman?
Yeah, your job as a slap hitter, you come up to that plate, you see where your defense is playing you. If you're playing you in like that, they're probably expecting a bunt or something like that. Your job is to do exactly what Danny did, so she played that ball perfectly.
Yeah, and a good job by Kaylin Newmeyer out there in left field to come in on that ball quickly and stop it, because if she was playing a little more back with Atlanta Benapayo's speed, she could have been standing on third base right now.
Exactly.
But now it brings up Steph Cello, the leading RBI hitter for the Solano Falcons with 46 on the year.
Fans, a reminder that if necessary, Game 3 will follow immediately after this game at approximately 2 p.m.
So it's a crucial situation here. 2 on, no out. So you really have to get the runner in here, and you have the best hitters of the team. Steph Sell and Nate White due up here. Cello squaring around the bunt. Drops it down, and it's a good bunt. And she's out at first, and she gets the job done. Great job there. She'll get a lot of high fives in the dugout for that one.
Yeah, it's really nice to see, in playoff time, Obviously, in the regular season, if you have a comfortable lead, you want your 3 hitters swinging, but first and second, no outs, sacrificing yourself for, I'm guessing, the best hitter in the state, if not one of them. So that's definitely a good job, a good team at bat right there.
And Nay White, she swung at the first pitch and popped up to the catcher in her first at-bat. Something not really used to seeing from Nay White. Usually she likes to see a couple pitches her first at-bat.
So she's proven that she's human.
Yeah.
By getting out. I'd say she'll get a hit here, though.
I think the odds are in your favor for quoting. Cannot think of that movie.
Hunger Games.
There we go.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm expecting Nay White to put a little mustard on the ball right now.
Yeah.
A little mustard.
Dipping into the Stosh vocabulary
Oh,
book
yeah.
there, I see.
Yeah, someone's got to keep it alive.
So now the 1-0 to Nay White. Outside ball 2. You know, it wouldn't be the worst thing to try and maybe pitch around Nay White, how hot she's been all year long. You got an open bag over there at first base, maybe set up a double play situation with Ashley Dufresne coming up next.
It's kind of what it's looking like. But, you know, Ashley Dufresne, as we've both seen, RBI situation, she comes through.
She had a 4-pitch walk in her last at-bat. And she floats this one up. And, oh, great grab by Rachel Norman for out number 2.
Now, Bella, I didn't get the pleasure of seeing you play when you were here, but what type of hitter were you?
Me?
Yeah.
She struck out a lot. No, I'm kidding.
No. Me,
Were you a power hitter, slap hitter?
no, I'm not a slap. I'm really not fast enough for that. Pretty slow. No, I was lower in the lineup. I'm kind of just more of a situational hitter like that. I got one out. You know, Coach Bloom said I could finally join the home run club.
The first pitch to Dufresne is call a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
So with back to White's at bat, with runners at second and third and less than 2 outs, if you were up, what would you try to do? Where would you try to hit? What pitch would you look for?
I want to hit it on the right side.
The right side.
I want to stay right side.
It's always a good approach.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. She chased that one there. You know, if West Valley can get out of this situation here with no runs coming in, that would really switch the momentum to their side of the diamond. But Ashley Dufresne, a very good hitter up at the plate. The 0-2. Fouls this one off, so a good battle here.
It's nice to see, coming from baseball and then softball, the same type of approach. You know, we see the baseball, first and second, no outs, doesn't matter if the 3 hitters up, he's going to sacrifice bunt. And then as a hitter trying to go to the right side and trying to stay inside the softball here, baseball over there. But it's nice to see that the same type of approach goes down both levels.
She chops this one out, picks it up, flips it to first for out number 3. So Solano strands a pair, cannot get a run home. 1-0, heading to the bottom of the third.
Elena Benapayo, sophomore shortstop. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
It's round one of the Northern Regional Playoffs here in Northern California. West Valley holds the 1-0 lead here in the best-of-3 series. Solano leads this game 1-0 here in the bottom of the third with the 8-9-1 hitters due up for the West Valley Vikings.
Stosh, you know what I'm upset about? I'm upset that we haven't seen any station identification from you yet, because you know that's my favorite part when we're over at baseball.
Well, hold on there, partner. He'll definitely be coming out soon. Lena Betapile throws it over to first for out number one.
Another smooth play.
The Solano College Sports Network does such a great job, so we have to give them their props.
Always got to represent the network.
Now batting center fielder, number 3.
So you saw a great play there by Lena Betapile, silky smooth, as you were alluding to, Bella. We've got the pleasure of covering Alvaro Rubalcaba, who won the Gold Glove for the BVC Conference. I'm pretty sure Elena Benapaya was in the running for a Gold Glove over at shortstop. First pitch high, ball one.
Yeah, I mean, the way she plays the ball, I mean, she could have just came in and attacked it, but she took a step back and waited for that ball to come to her.
She's got a cannon on her. She's very fast. And like we saw Rubalcaba make a couple excellent plays throughout the season. That one's bounced in the dirt, 2-0.
Yeah, Bella, like you said earlier, though, you said, oh, it's going to be much faster, and this is the first softball game I've been able to cover, and it is fast. And Benapayo is probably the fastest person I've seen on the field. She fields it quickly and gets it over to first even quicker.
Definitely. If you're talking infield, Elena Benapayo, that's the girl you want to watch.
Yeah, for all those young viewers out there checking out this Solano College Sports Network broadcast of the playoffs, watch Elena Benapayo and how she plays her position. Pitch in, pitch out. She's always engaged in every single pitch. And that's a strike, 3-1.
You know, just to say, great player all around. And the way she could just adjust to the positions. Because last year, when I was here, that was my third baseman all year. Third base. I didn't think she could do anything better, but proved me wrong coming out the shortstop this year.
She made a lot of great plays. Jasmine Hornsby Edwards playing third base this year. That is ball 4. So a one-out walk to Kim Showalter. Now brings up the top of the lineup and Rachel Norman.
Now batting short.
Who grounded out to Brittany Jacobson in her first at-bat.
Now, how tough is it in softball to turn and double play because of how quick some of these girls are? Is it tough to, like a hard ground ball to third? What is the likelihood of being able to turn that?
That hard ball to third base, that depends on the runners. It depends on the speed of the runners, how quick they're running, but not super likely. Yeah, in softball, because of the speed and how quick the game is, especially at this level, everyone's pretty quick. You got to be bang, bang, and it's got to be the perfect play.
So do you try to get the lead out first?
Always get the lead.
Always get the lead.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This one's chopped. Alaska flips it over to first. She's safe at first. That's an infield single for Rachel Norman.
So right there, you have Jade playing in. So is that the second baseman supposed to go over to first? Or is Jade just supposed to try to put her head down and get to first as quick as possible?
On a play like that, because Elena was covering the bag at second, the second baseman should be covering the first base, but that's communication right there. Jade and Brittany Jacobson just have to communicate right there.
Yeah, and in playoffs, you definitely have to communicate, especially with the crowd noise and the other team getting into it.
Yeah.
Drops down. It's a pop-up in the infield. Oh, and they run into each other. Still have a chance at third. To 2. Double play. And they are out of the inning. Unconventional double play. 1-0 heading to the fourth.
Hi, my name is Rebecca LeCount. I'm one of the counselors here at Solano Community College. I'm here to let you know that counselors are available to help you with academic and career advising. Our job is to help you successfully reach your goals. Whether your goal is to obtain a certificate, an associate's degree, or to transfer, it's important to have an educational plan to guide you along the way. We want to make sure that you are taking the classes that you need and not taking ones that won't help you reach your goals. I encourage you to come by the counseling office to see a counselor to develop or update your educational plan as soon as possible. For new students, creating an educational plan is one of the steps that you need to take in order to obtain priority registration. Developing the ED plan will allow you to plan your semester schedule in advance and will give you a better chance to get those classes that you need. You can drop by the counseling office in Building 400 on the main campus or call to make an appointment at 707-864-7101. You can also book appointments online at solano.edu. We also have counseling appointments available in Vacaville, Vallejo, and at the Travis Air Force Base. Remember, we're here to help you. Please come by and see us today.
So crazy way to end that bottom of the third inning. First and second, a bunt pop-up. The third baseman, first baseman runs into each other. Then Steph Cello comes up, goes to third, third goes to second. And Nate White came in from center field to cover that second base position. So an unconventional double play, as we were just talking about double plays prior, alluding to that play.
Usually when you drop a ball in the infield, you don't get reward for it, but it ended up being a blessing in disguise for him.
Yeah, you hear a couple of the West Valley fans yelling at the umpire, like, isn't that a infield fly? That was a little tricky there, but the correct call was made. Double play, and Solano now has some momentum on their side, got out of the jam. That was a huge play for the Falcons.
Huge play.
So now it's going to bring up Jade Backtad, who struck out in her first at-bat.
Number 8, Jade Backtad.
She changed her walk-up music this year.
There is no walk-up music.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
They just didn't do it. You know? No specific reasons. They just didn't want to do it this year.
Well, with the way they've been swinging the bat, I don't think they need walk-up music. Trying to drop it down. She went around. That's strike one. No, she did not go. That's a ball.
You know, my old high school coach, she was telling me she played at Cal Berkeley for her softball college career, and she's the only one who never had a walk-up song.
Really?
Yeah.
Smoke down the left field line. Foul. 1-1.
Well, and Coach Terry Pearson Bloom, she played at Cal State Northridge, correct? Yeah,
That's
and
right.
played in the College World Series, I was told. Very impressive. Obviously doing a great job out here with the 10 straight BBC titles.
Yeah, that experience really has shown out on the field. She does a great job relating it to her players and getting the best out of her players and just increasingly get better each day. Ooh, and that pegged her. She wore it like a champ, and now she's on first base.
That can't feel good.
Right in between the shoulder blades.
Second baseman, number 12, Brittany Jacobson.
Wasn't the last game we covered? Did we get?
She got hit like 3 times
Yeah.
in that game.
Any way to get on base, though, in playoffs.
Every runner matters. So trainer now going out, and that's actually Audrey Jones, a member of the women's basketball team here at Solano. She actually hit a game-winning shot against Merritt. You've seen it in a couple of our commercials, and that was a huge 3 and made it to the playoffs.
No, like the final buzzer.
Yeah, there's 1.3. I remember I got to call that game. It was one of the most exciting games I got to call here at Solano College Sports.
NBA update for you. Washington Wizards win game 1
Wizards
over the Atlanta Hawks.
Coach Matt Boychard, women's basketball coach, doing the PA announcing today.
Warriors currently up in the first quarter, 23-18 over the Grizzlies.
Yeah, talk about Solano great coaching. Talk about Coach Stover, Coach Bloom. Don't forget about Coach Matt over
Yeah,
here.
Coach Matt does an excellent job. But while we have a little break in the action, let's do a little station identification. You're tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network, your home for Solano sports. You can check us out on the Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28, our YouTube/Solano College Sports Network. Go to our Facebook page and get all the updates at Solano College Sports Network. And our Twitter and Instagram handles are at SCC_Falcons. Go on Twitter, send us a tweet, any questions you guys have. And go on Instagram. A lot of good behind-the-scenes photos you see. Great job by Chelsea Williams snapping photos where people aren't really paying attention, so you get a really in-depth look at what happens behind the scenes here.
About time. About time you got the station identification for us. It only took you 3 innings, 4 innings.
You got to time it right, you know?
Not going to lie, I do kind of love that part, you know?
It's so smooth for you, too. Never mess it up or anything.
Yeah.
Now watch next game.
Yep, you're going to jinx me now.
Yep.
Station identification.
So Jacobson up at the plate now. Runner on first, squaring around. High pitch. That's ball one. Jacobson led the team most of the year with RBIs. Now she's one behind Steph Cello. Nay White, 45. Jacobson, 45. 44 for Nay White. 45 for Brittany Jacobson. And 46 for Steph Cello. So when you got three people in your lineup that has over 40 RBIs, you know you're doing something right. Pop up. This one's going into the stands, and everybody's just ducking out of the way over there. No defense.
I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with the intensity both teams have and how well they're in the game. You hear the cheers, which is a little different from baseball, but it's nice to see both teams really in the game and have real competitive mindset for playoff time.
You know, playoffs is when great teams get greater. She drops down the bunt. It's a foul ball.
I think it might be getting colder out here, too. I had to put my hood up. You're shorts and a T-shirt, though.
I'm chilling. Well, we got the shade from the press box here about to cover us here in probably another couple innings or so.
It's always the coldest.
Yep. Well, it's okay. I got my hunting jacket and some pants in the car for if this game goes to game 3. Maybe rocking a little camo for next game. So now the 1-2 to Jacobson. Guevara rocks, fires. Has ball low, 2-2. Oh, called strike 3. Late call. Caught her looking.
Now batting right fielder, number 2, Kristen Bayardo.
So now let's bring up Kristen Bayardo, who had the hit into right field. It was an E9. She has the lone RBI on the day for the Falcons. So let's see if she can get another hit here. That first pitch is outside, ball 1. Backtad does have 6 stolen bases on the year. So maybe try a little hit and run, maybe try to get her in motion here. Send her to second. Pitch is high, and there she goes. High throw into center field. A bobble by the center fielder, but that's a stolen base for Jade Backtad.
You called it.
Hey. See Coach P down there? He had a live ball getting hyped over there down the first base line. Coach P is fun to watch over at the coaching first base.
Gotta love Coach P.
So now the 2-0 to Kristen Bayardo. Drops it down. This is a great bunt. Good speed, and she's safe at first. Backtad to third. Excellent job by Kristen Bayardo.
That was a beautiful bunt.
Couldn't have done anything better than that.
Yeah, something Solano's been looking for, a bunt like that. That's good. And, you know, Kristen, speed.
Yes.
Speed.
A little bit different bunt than a baseball bunt, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. In baseball, you kind of want to go a little more up the line because the catcher will come out, and obviously the catcher has one of the better arms on the field. Right there, good job.
And she just dropped that down, and it spun, and it just stopped. Like, it didn't even keep rolling, just dead.
How does that work? Why do baseball players bunt?
What's that?
Why do you bunt in baseball? Like, I feel like it's a lot different than softball.
And high and deep out of play. Hornsby Edwards really turned on that one.
Well, if the third baseman's playing back, obviously that's a good time to do it. And it's more of a rhythm thing. It's actually fairly similar to softball. In baseball, you got to make sure you stay in the box, though, because, you know, with baseball, sometimes you'll get some late movement. And you just want to make sure that it's not bunted too hard but not too soft. It's really tough, and you have to practice it a lot.
Ball gets away from the catcher. Backtad is caught in a pickle now. She's going to go all the way back, safe. So Bayardo moves over to second base on the wild pitch, and Backtad gets back.
No harm done.
Nope. She looked like a deer in the headlights halfway down. Oh, I got to go back.
Yeah, and if you notice, this whole backstop is brand new.
Mhm.
Just this last week, they just put in these pads, with the nice Solano Falcons writing on it. And man, they're brand new. If you hit the ball, if the ball gets on that, it just shoots back, and something you gotta know.
And you like that as a catcher. You like it coming back quicker.
Yeah, of course. Unless it gets away from you, like down the line, but still.
So now it's a 1-1 at Jasmine Hornsby Edwards. This was shot through the 3.5 hole. 1 run's going to come in. Bayardo coming in. She's in safely. So that's a 2 RBI single for Jasmine Hornsby Edwards, and Solano goes up 3-0.
See, talk about situational hitting. You got a runner on third and a runner on second. That's the place you want to hit the ball. That's going to score quick runners.
Yeah, and you see the ball once it gets to the outfield grass kind of die a little bit, so that lets runner from second get in to score.
Yeah, Bayardo has plenty of speed, and she wasn't stopping all the way around third. It looked like she was just kind of coasting in and slid just to make sure, trying to avoid that bat that was in the base path. So there's a team meeting out on the mound, probably just to calm everybody down and say, hey, let's not let this get away. Now with Elena Benapayo coming up. Yeah. She reached on that E3 in her last at-bat, so she's 0 for 2 looking for her first hit.
Solano's got more of the momentum. West Valley trying to slow it down.
Now batting for Solano, shortstop, number 3, Elena Benapayo.
But you have the top of the lineup, bub.
And that gets away. Hornsby Edwards will go to second. Takes a big turn around second base, looking to 3, but she stays over there. Pass ball, wild pitch.
Wild pitch.
So that's the second one this inning. That first one proved costly, and they had backtad dead to rights, but she got back safely. Bayardo goes to second. Then the single, and that's the way those 2 runs came in. Pitch is high. Ball 2. Yeah, you do not want to fall behind Benapayo because she's a very smart hitter, especially 2-0. She's sitting on 1 pitch, something she can drive into the outfield gaps, get extra bases with. And that's called a strike on the outside corner, 2-1.
When you got a 2-0 pitch, that's a pitch you can let go, because you got 2 left, waiting for yours.
2-1. Chops at this one. Hit to the shortstop. Picked up by Norman. Over to first. Scoots away from Van Diemen. And they're going to hold Hornsby Edwards up at third. And Elena Benapayo's on. I'm giving her an infield single because I think she would have beat it out even if the throw was good.
Now batting, designated player, number 0, Danny MG.
So now it's going to bring up Danny MG, who's 1 for 2 today. Had a single back in the third. Steph Sello came out of the dugout. She's like, hey, you're going to come home. Pointing at Elena Benapayo. That pitch is high. Ball 1. Good job by MG holding up there.
Yeah, if you notice, now the third baseman's playing a little back. Shortstop's playing her a little different, adjusting to her last hit.
Yeah, it was a little slash that she just poked right through the 5.5 hole. That's high, ball 2. So
yeah, this is a big time for Solano to capitalize, too. With 1 out, runners in scoring position. Insurance runs always nice, especially in playoffs.
So time is called. It looks like assistant coach Jake McKenzie is going to come out and talk to his pitcher, Kat Guevara. Seems to be struggling with her locations in this top of the 4th inning where Solano is up 3-0, threatening for 2 more.
Yeah, it's his second visit to the mound this inning, so on your second visit, you have to.
The first time was just a team visit.
Oh, it was just a team visit? You didn't come out?
There was no coaches out there. But excellent observation.
Thank you. A little slow today. It's okay.
It's Sunday. It's relaxing.
Yeah,
And what's better on a Sunday? Watching a little softball, playoff softball at that.
Exactly.
No.
Actually wondering how Cal and Oregon are doing right now. They're playing, softball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are a couple of really great teams in the Pac-12. Has good squads each and every year. So Stash Moeda, Tyler Stover, Bella Fellafini up here in the booth, or I should say behind home plate, not up. So big situation here. Like we said, the key for West Valley to win this game is to keep Solano out of the big innings, and the Solano's threatening with a big inning already with 2 in this one right here. They get 2 more, they can really open up this ball game. Drops it down, and it's a good bunt. MG with the speed, she's safe at first.
NASCAR right there. I mean, she earned that nickname for a reason.
She did. Danny, NASCAR, MG. Now it brings up your lead RBI girl, Steph Cello. She had a double back in the first, and then she had a sacrifice bunt in the third. I don't think she'll be sacrificing here, Tyler.
Yeah, I do not think so. I think she's trying to add to that RBI total.
So the first pitch from Guevara is outside, ball 1. Yeah, you'd really like to see a first pitch strike from your pitcher here if you're West Valley. Now you fall behind 1-0. It really opens up Steph Cello to look for a pitch, something she can drive to the outfield. So now the 1-0 underway. Pitch is high, ball 2.
Now would be a good time for me to see my first softball home run.
And when they get a hold of them, man, they go a long ways. I've seen Steph Cello hit a couple out this year that went a long ways. I know Bella and I have had the argument. I think they should push back the fences a little more. You say no.
I'm happy with these fences.
This one's shot right up the middle. 1 run is in. 2 runs are going to come in. Scoots away. Cello's going to go to second base. Steph Cello, a 2 RBI single. Solano leads 5-0.
Now batting center fielder, number 9, Anjanae White.
Now it brings up Nay White, who's 0 for 2. So it's safe to say she is due for a big hit right here. That runs inside, ball 1. Now, Nay White is only a freshman. I mean, the numbers she put up this year as a freshman, definitely going to go into her sophomore season and explode even more, hopefully, for Solano. I know Terry Pearson-Bloom's excited to have her back next year.
Oh, yeah.
Drops it down. Oh, what a grab by Carissa Aguilar, coming in with a diving catch for out number 2.
Now batting left fielder, number 27, Ashley Dufresne.
You know, maybe that's one of those plays that really gives your team that momentum to get out of this inning and stop the bleeding right here. What an outstanding play.
Yeah. Clutch.
Now Ashley Dufresne up at the plate now. Hits this one right at Ortiz, and that's the way the inning ends. Solano gets 4. They lead 5-0 going to the bottom of the 4th.
Jasmine Hornsby Edwards, sophomore, third base. Thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
What a big top of the fourth inning Solano had right there, tacking on 4 more runs as they lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. West Valley needs to get a couple runs back here in this inning, and this will be a crucial time for them.
Yeah, Denali's been doing a great job keeping them off balance and working out of jams. And right now, after your team just scored a few runs, put the lead 5-0, you got to make sure you just go out, throw strikes, can't give them free passes.
Pitcher number 2, Kat Guevara.
Yeah, you would love a 1-2-3 inning right now if you're the Solano Falcons with Kat Guevara coming up. She flew out to the shortstop in her first at-bat. First pitch, in there, strike called. Good pitch. Came right over the heart of the plate and just sunk out, hit the low part of the strike zone.
Yeah, a lot of movement on that, and we've been seeing that from Denali, just a lot of different type of movements on the pitch right there. You saw that one sink a little bit.
She does a really good job keeping the hitters off balanced up there. Now 0-2. Goes outside trying to frame, but cannot do it. 1-2. Now the 1-2. This one's hit foul down the right field line. What a big sports weekend it has been nationwide, you know, especially here in Solano. We had the baseball team, softball team here playing, the Warriors playoffs. We had the Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather fight last night. Strike 3, call God, are looking for out number 1. The Kentucky Derby's on.
Now batting first baseman, number 15, Reagan.
Some NHL hockey playoffs as well.
You really keep up with your sports.
Hey, sports is life.
That's true.
Reagan Van Diemen now coming up to the plate, 1-for-1 with a double in her first at-bat. She has one of the 2 hits for West Valley. Pitch outside, 1-0. The wind's starting to pick up even a little more now. Got a little chilly out here in the booth. That ball in the dirt, 2-0. Good job by Cello to scoop it. Now, did you guys happen to see the fight last night?
You know, I missed it, but I did hear that my boy Mayweather came out with the win.
Yeah, it was more like a ballet, I will say, less than a fight. I mean, no black eyes, no blood, no nothing, just kind of dancing around and a lot of hugging involved in that fight last night.
So I heard. So I heard.
They went all 12 rounds and went to a decision where Mayweather won. That's a strike right down the heart of the plate, 3-1. And Van Diemen was looking to go down to first base right there, thinking it was ball 4. Yeah, those 2 fighters, they each made $138,000 per second. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Per second?
Per second. The whole fight grossed over $400 million.
Anyone want to pay my college tuition?
So full count now, 1 out, payoff pitch. Strike 3 call, got her looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Denali Smith.
Now batting right fielder.
It's nice to see come back down 3-0 and getting the strikeout. That just shows that she's locked in.
Now brings up Lindsay Rofter. Right fielder 0 for 1 today. Flew out to Nay White in her first at-bat. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. So this game's going by pretty quick so far. Just into it a little over an hour now. That's a strike call on the outside corner, 1-1. West Valley, a lot of cheers coming from their dugout right now. They're still in it. That's foul off her foot, 1 and 2. It's easy when you're down 5-0 in a game to really kind of get complacent and really die out, you know, kind of turn your page to game 3, which that's the way it's looking like. But West Valley is up, making a lot of noise. And how crucial is that for your dugout in playoff games like this?
Yeah, it is crucial. You have to make sure that you don't die. And in playoffs, anything can happen no matter how much you're down. We've seen a lot of comebacks at Dillon Louise Yarborough Stadium, just a little bit away. But, yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice to have leaders, sophomore leaders that can pick up the freshmen and kind of teach them along the way also.
Just a bit high, 3 and 2. 3-2, what are you coming back with right now, Bella?
You can't just give it to her. You got to throw her something over the plate.
Payoff pitch, and that is ball 4. It gets away from Cello. So good at bat there by Rafter. Now it brings up Marissa Ortiz.
Now batting second baseman.
0 for 1.
Number 5, Marissa Ortiz.
So Denali really needs to work, bear down right here and get this out. Pitch in the dirt, 1-0. So after the back-to-back strikeouts, a walk, and now Ortiz has a chance to spark a 2-out rally here. The runner on first base. Back pick, back safely. Count goes 2-0.
Nice toss.
The past 3 hitters now, Denali Smith has been falling behind. That's not something we usually see from Denali. That's high, ball 3. That's ball 4. So back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Now it brings up Jen Amaral. We'll have a mound meeting now.
Pitching coach, Coach Ashley Eliason.
Coming out, maybe just to calm her down a bit. She got those 2 big strikeouts looking to start this inning, then back-to-back walks, and nothing hurt. Would love to get a ground ball, fly ball, get out of this inning right now unscathed.
West Valley catcher, number 4, Jen Amaral.
So Amaral has a chance here to come up big for her team. Keep this 2-out rally alive after the back-to-back walks, trying to get a hit. And that's a good pitch there. Called a strike, count goes 0-1.
Maybe Alaska's really feeling Coach Ashley's words of wisdom there.
This one's lofted. Cannot get to it. Count goes 0-2 as it goes foul. It's now 0-2 way ahead here. Let's see if Alaska goes right out here, tries to get the strikeout, get out of this inning. This one's lifted. Lana Benapayo's under it, makes the grab for out number 3. So West Valley strands a pair. Solano leads 5-0, heading to the top of the 5th. So we're back here in the top of the 5th on the Solano College Sports Network. Your home for Solano Sports. Stosh Samoyda, Tyler Stover, Bella Fellafini here in the booth. And how awesome is it, Bella, to see some playoff baseball another year here at Solano College?
Softball.
Softball, thank you.
I mean, it's more than awesome, you know. Being a part of playoffs last year, I really understand what the players are feeling right now, you know. Being up 5-0 playoff game, momentum's really there for them, so they're hungry, you know. It's really great.
And this inning's going to start out with Jade Backtad, who led off that top of the 4th inning when the 4 runs came in. She was hit by a pitch, then she came around to score. So it's going to be crucial to see if Kat Guevara can put a 0 on the board for the Vikings here, try to stop the bleeding. You see a good shot there of the crowd, the home crowd, and outstanding turnout here today at Solano Community College in beautiful Fairfield, California.
For the Falcons, your first baseman, number 8, Jade Backtad.
Yeah, Jade is 0 for 1 at the strikeout and walk. Was hit by the pitch, as I said earlier.
Ouch.
First pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Yeah, Guevara really came out the first couple innings, really pounding the strike zone, had really good control over stuff, and then in the 3rd, not so much. In the 4th, kind of unraveled there, throwing a lot more balls falling behind hitters, and that's where she got into trouble. It's going to be crucial for her here to get back in the count. Pitch high, 2-0.
You know, you got to give Guevara her props. You know, she pitched a full game yesterday and coming out here, pitching another one today. You know, did a great job. It's softball, you know, pitching like that, it's pretty hard on your arm. I wouldn't know personally, but.
This one's hit up the middle. That's a base hit for Jade Backtad. It looked like Rachel Norman might have had a play, but just stepped too late.
Number 12, Brittany Jacobson.
So Brittany Jacobson up at the plate now with 1 on, no outs. She struck out looking in her last at-bat and also reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run. Jacobson, as we said earlier, the leader on this team with 7 home runs. I know Tyler, he's waiting to see one here.
Yeah, I'm waiting. This is the girl to have up to do it.
Drops down a bunt, and it's a good bunt. Gets the job done. Moves Backtad over for out number 1. Now brings up the hot-hitting Kristen Bayardo.
Number 2, Kristen Bayardo.
Who's 1 for 2. Reached on an error, had an RBI, has a single, and a scored run. So let's see if she keeps swinging the bat well right here in this at-bat here in the top of the 5th. First pitch, little outside, ball 1. You know, Solano would love to add on some more here, some more insurance runs. Still a lot of ball game left to play.
It's never enough runs.
This one's chopped. It's a fair ball. Picks it up. They tag Bayardo, but Backtad goes over to 3rd. So is that kind of a swinging sacrifice bunt there?
A little bit, you know. I think we've seen a couple of those so far. It's kind of like, oh, oops.
Jasmine Hornsby Edwards, 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a single. She came up with that big single back in the 4th. This one's hit right to Aguilar. Throws it over to 1st for out number 3. So Solano strands 1 in scoring position. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th.
Hi, my name is Brittany Jacobson. I'm a sophomore. I'm a utility player, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
So Bella over here is jamming to some Florida Georgia line back here in the booth. I think you should go on American Idol, Bella. You got some golden vocals over here.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it, but I don't think the world's ready.
Haven't dropped your mixtape yet?
No. Holding my demo for a better time. It's all about the timing, Stosh.
So now leading off for the Vikings is Alina Chakudi, 0 for 1 today. Solano leads 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch, low, ball 1. Alaska really started the 4th inning strong with a back-to-back strikeouts and then a couple walks and finally got out of the jam with a fly out. That pitch in the dirt, 2-0.
Got to get it out of the way, you know, at some point.
Really like to start, have a quick inning here, get the hot bats back in the dugout. Pitch high, 3-0. So now Alaska's really have to bear down here, come back with the strike. Do not want to put the leadoff man on. As called a strike. Count goes 3-1. Great job there. So now 3-1. This one's hit. Jacobson. Oh, she cannot come up with this. That's a leadoff single for Chakudi. Now it's going to bring up Kim Showalter, who's 0 for 0 with a walk.
Number 3, Kim Showalter.
I think she's related to Buck Showalter, the manager for the Baltimore Orioles.
I don't think so.
So good opportunity now with the leadoff man aboard. First pitch, high, ball 1. And if Showalter can find a way to get on here and get the runner over, it can be 2 runners on for the top of the lineup, and that's exactly what you would want if you're the West Valley. And that is a strike call. Count goes 1-1. And the pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Good block there by Steph Cello. Count goes 2-1. So now the 2-1 to Showalter. Swings at this one. It's foul. Dead in the box. Count goes 2-2. Now, a 2-2 situation here. Tyler, what would you expect Alaska to come back with here?
Something that sinks. I would say something that sinks.
Runner on the move. High throw. Comes in. She's in there safely. Good pop-up side by Elena Chakudi.
Let me see. Was that a rise ball? Was that a rise ball or was that just missed up?
That just missed.
Just missed. I'm still not really understanding the pitches, but I'm learning on the fly.
Yeah, you know, we're a little different than baseball.
Yeah.
I think the pitch is just a little bit. Yeah. Like, we don't have any, like, knuckleballs or what do you get, sliders or something like that?
Sliders,
Yeah.
Sliders are devastating. This one smoked down a left field line, but foul, so count will stay at 3-2. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Do you guys have, like screwballs and curveballs and rise, drop, change-ups?
Yeah, there's no rise balls in baseball. I think any pitcher that can develop a rise ball as a pitcher for baseball, I think can go a long way with that one pitch.
So, yeah.
I'd be kind of awkward. You know, you guys throw down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a foul ball. Comes off, hits Cello in the hand. Hopefully she's okay. She's tough. And that was a little bit of chin music Showalter, kind of turned and just nicked off her bat. I think that Cello took the most of that blow right to her throwing hand. Using that, what's the free stuff the athletic trainers use here?
It's like an ice spray or like a cold spray, you know. Man, that stuff works, and it's kind of cool. I used to use it all the time last year. I'd be like, our trainer last year, Julius, would be like, Julius, I need the cold spray. I need the cold spray. It feels so weird.
And it looks like it hit Steph Cello right in the wrist. They're stretching out her wrist and getting the cold spray on.
Oh yeah, the great Miss Allie over there. I like Audrey's little pouch there, you know?
Yeah, not really a fanny pack. It's like a fanny pack backpack mix. Cello's good to go. She's very tough. So now it's going to be full count. Runner on second base, Kim Schultwalter up at the plate. So now here comes the payoff pitch. And this one's hit. Betapile throws, gets the out at first for out number 1.
Strong throw right there by Benapile. Been playing terrific defense.
Now batting shortstop, number 17, Rachel Norman.
Yeah, she did a great job there. She even looked back the runner, made sure that Chakudi wasn't going to take off to third. Now, Rachel Norman coming up to the plate, 1 for 2, had a single back in the third. Looking to repeat that here and try to get 1 run in. First pitch, and that's hit right up the middle. Nay White coming to plate, and they're going to wave her home. It's going to be a close play at the plate. She's in safely at home. So Norman comes in through the clutch for West Valley as they now trail 5-1.
Now batting, third baseman, number 11, Carissa Aguilar.
So Carissa Aguilar now at the plate, 0 for 2. She had that batter obstruction, as we ruled it, back in the first inning. Ran out of the box, ball hit her, and then she reached on an error.
If I remember right, she hit right-handed last time.
I think you are correct there, Tyler. Throws it to first, throws it away. A run will come in to score. And it looked like Benapile was going back to try to tag Norman. Missed the tag, then she rushed that throw to first. And then,
yeah, definitely a tough play. Right there, you're just trying to collect out, so if you can just field that cleanly and get it to first, it's probably the right play.
So now it's 5-2 Solano with Kat Guevara up at the plate, has a chance to help herself out. And that's a strike called. Count goes 0-1. Looking in, getting the sign now for Steph Cello. Alaska Rocks fires. And that's a ball low, 1-1. Lifted. Ooh, snap back to the fence, 1-2. And Guevara didn't miss that by much. And this is a big at bat here. The 3-4 hitters now. This is the 3-hitter, 4-5 following with 1 out here. Alaska really needs to bear down ahead in the count 1-2. Try to get a strikeout here. Strikeout ground ball. Try to get out of the inning. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. And you can see West Valley still fighting right now, down 5-2. It's a 3-run ball game. And like we say, anything can happen. This one's hit. Hornsby Edwards to second, to first. Gets the out at 1. It was a pump fake to second, so smartly goes to first base to make sure of 1 out.
Now batting first baseman, number 15, Reagan Van Diemen.
So Reagan Van Diemen now at the plate. 1 for 2, the strikeout and a double. You know the Vikings would love to get at least one more run here and make it a 2-run ball game.
Yeah, if you're West Valley, you're trying to chip away. Got to make sure that you're not playing catch-up in the 7th inning. So right here, every run matters, every hit matters.
And that's called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1, great pitch there by Denali Smith. Yeah, even though we are playing at Solano Community College, West Valley is the home team today. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As it's the best of 3, so Falcons having home field advantage. They get the first and third game being the home team, where West Valley is the home team for this game 2. So Denali way ahead here. No balls, 2 strikes. Hit. Benapayo coming over. Cannot make the play. Coming home. Throw there. Safe at home. And that was a very tough play for Elena Benapayo. Just to get to the ball was impressive. Kind of kicked off her glove, which allowed the run to come home. So now it's 5-3, and it looks like Van Diemen's shaking up a bit.
I think this is the most appearances that we've had with
I'm not kidding that
the
thing.
sports med team on the field.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of work today.
Yeah.
Getting out there quickly, too. I mean, Audrey Jones will not have to hit the gym today as much as she's been running back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Fans, quick update during the injury timeout. A's and Rangers still tied at 0. Giants scored 2 in the bottom of the first and lead the Angels 2-0. And at halftime, the Warriors.
So we're getting the update from Coach Matt Boychard.
61-52.
61-52 Warriors at the half. Man, how about them Warriors? They've been playing outstanding basketball this year and continuing into the playoff. They had a week rest, and now they're putting it on the Grizzlies in game 1.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see. You want your Bay Area teams to do well. Steph Curry, terrific from beyond the arc. The Splash Bros, which you said you're a fan of.
Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. How about Draymond Green? Draymond Green has to be my favorite player on that Warriors squad.
You have Michigan State alum.
Now batting for West
Played
Valley,
4 years
right
under
fielder,
Tom Izzo.
Number 13. Lindsay
Yeah.
Raptor.
I'm more of a baseball fan.
Well, how
Sorry,
about
Coach
softball?
Matt. Sorry, Coach Matt.
We're back to the action now. First pitch, way goes back to the backstop. And Van Diemen over to second base on the wild pitch. And I think it had the whole production crew back here ducking behind their screens. Not taking care of the equipment, I see. Got to lay out for that, Brian. So 1 ball, no strikes to Lindsay Rafter, who walked back in her last at-bat. That's ball 2.
Right here, if you're West Valley, you got to keep capitalizing on Solano's mistakes. It seems like their energy's been sucked out a little bit in West Valley, doing a good job. They just got to keep it up.
And that's a strike called 2-1, exactly. You know, they were down 5-0. Now they've clawed back and made it a 5-3 game. 2-run ball game here in the later parts of this game in the 5th inning.
Yeah, and Denali still hasn't pitched bad. She's been giving up her ground balls, so defense just needs to pick her up.
That's ball 3-1. And you not want to put the tying run on the bases right here.
No, definitely not.
Three and 1. That's called a strike. 3-2. West Valley, a very patient team. As a team, they've had 87 walks on the year, and they have a 405 on base percentage. You see a walk there. So now the tying run on, and it brings the Marissa Ortiz up to the plate.
Second baseman, number 5, Marissa Ortiz.
Ortiz is 0 for 1 with a walk. And she would love to get a base hit here and continue this rally for the Vikings and maybe try to tie up this ball game. This one's lifted down the right field line, and that's a fair ball. Rolls into the corner. Bayardo quickly gets to it. 1 run will come in, and now they have 2 people caught over at third base. Run coming home. Throw there. Good tag by Cello, and that is out number 3. The damage is done, though. 1-run ball game now, 5-4, heading to the top of the 6th.
Hi, my name is Vincent Lubit. I'm a student in Professor Ginger Kane's ballroom dance class. Ginger Kane has hired Peter Petty and his 8-piece orchestra band here in campus. The event will be held May 15th. Dance lessons will be held 7 to 8 p.m. and dance and listening will be 8 to 10 p.m. Tickets are $10 and $15 at the door. At the event, there will be raffle prizes and snacks for purchase. And for further information, please contact Ginger Kane at 707-864-7000, extension code 4348. Hope to see you there.
So top of the 6th inning now. Solano leads 5-4, and what a wild 5th inning that was. A way to end it there. A little confusion as you saw Ortiz round second base and kind of got caught out in between. And then you saw Rafter trying to come home. Good strong throw from Benapayo, and Stello makes the tag to end the inning and stop the threat.
Yeah, and if you're West Valley, you just got to make sure that you keep trying to attack. Obviously, momentum's on your side with scoring the few runs, and you're still up 1-0 in the series. And if you're Solano, you got to play like your backs are against the wall, and you have to try to send a statement going into Game 3, showing them that you're here to stay.
Yeah, this is the time for the Falcons to do it right now. They had the top of their lineup up. They need to add some more insurance runs here, as you saw that West Valley can put some crooked numbers on the board.
Yeah, and good defense by West Valley, I think, as of late. They struggled earlier, and then now defensively is starting to pick it up. Their pitcher's starting to settle in. But if you're Solano, you know, we've talked about how great Benapayo is. She had some tough plays, so she's just got to take a breath, regroup, and try to have a good at-bat right here for her team.
Yeah, she had that single back in the 4th inning, looking to repeat that right here.
Leading off the 6th for Solano, shortstop number 3, Elena Benapayo.
And this is the girl you want at the start of rally here, especially late in the game, trying to add on some more runs. And West Valley, they did get out of that 4th inning, only 4 runs in. It could have blown up and been even more, so they stopped that big inning, as we touched on in pregame, and Solano is known for those big innings. First pitch, right down the heart of the plate, called strike 0-1. So now the 0-1 to Elena Benapayo. And that's low and outside, 1-1. Good eye there by Elena. Swings at this one, pokes it down left field line. It goes at foul, so count now 1-2. And Kat Guevara, what a gamer she's been. Seemed that she kind of struggled through the mid-innings, the 3rd and 4th, really shut the door in the 5th. And now here in the 6th, seemed to be dialed in, ahead 1-2 on Elena Benapayo. Popped up in the infield. Norman's under it, makes the grab for out number 1.
Now batting designated player, number 0, Danny MG.
Danny MG coming up to the plate. MG 2 for 3 today, so she's swinging a hot bat right now. You can say a little bit of a magic wand. See if she could spark something here for the Falcons. Runs inside, ball 1. And it's crucial for the Falcons here. You know, you gave up that 4th spot in the bottom of the 5th, now in the top of the 6th. Just get some runners on, get some momentum going back in your favor, and kind of put more pressure on West Valley.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, the pop-up in the infield is not really putting pressure. You got to make sure you try to hit hard ground balls. If anything, hard line drives. Otherwise, they can just camp under it. That wasn't even really high enough to let the wind dictate anything. So if you're Solano, you just got to keep putting pressure, like you said, Stosh. And you just got to give yourself a chance to win and a nice cushion. But right now, Solano's still up, so they just have to try to tack on a few more.
Ball bounces in the dirt, gets away from Amaral. The count goes 3-0 now to Danny Emgen. We saw her, she had that bunt single, her last at bat, and very smart hitter at the plate. Are you taking here, Bella?
What was that?
3-0. Are you taking on this pitch? Or
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 3-0, situation like this, you want runners on, definitely taken.
That is called a strike right at the knees. Count goes 3-1, so good job there by Guevara.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my coach always told me, he's like, if you're going to swing on a 3-0 pitch, that ball better be over.
3-1. And that's called a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. So now the payoff pitch. She went around strike 3. So 2 quick outs from Kat Guevara. Now it brings up Steph Cello, who had that big 2 RBI single back in the 4th.
Stephanie Cello.
I think that's tough for Solano, even though you're playing here at your home field. You're not the home team. So you definitely don't want to give West Valley a chance, or at least have them think that they have a chance to come back.
That's called a strike at the knees, 0-1. And, yeah, we saw that yesterday in the game, too, for the Ben's baseball team. That last ups really came down to what happened in that game. It was 2-2 going the bottom of the 9th, and Aloni got the walk-off hit. Ball outside, 1-1. I see a couple of members from the baseball team out here supporting their squad. Joey Dotson, had himself a stellar freshman year.
Did, and Josh Meekum in the stands also.
Excited to see what they can do next year. Coming off of a Cove BVC champion with Marin. So now 2-1 to Steph Cello.
I think there's some baseball players out here yesterday, too, if I'm not mistaken.
It's good to see. I've seen a lot of the softball girls out on Friday supporting the team as well. It's called a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. And, yeah, they really got it going. You know, Solano baseball team had it going to the bottom of the 9th. They had a good rally going. And it was the softball girls that were leading the chants, getting the crowd really into it, getting really loud. Louder than I've heard it at Billy Luis Yarborough Stadium.
Well, if you want to hear loud, you should probably just go meet them.
So once the rip down the left field line goes out of play, so the count will stay at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Steph Cello. Kat gets her sign. She rocks, fires. That's outside, ball 3. Good take by Cello there. Wasn't chasing on that pitch.
And with White up next, you got to try to get on base any way you can with 2 outs. You want to get her up to bat.
Yeah, White's been awfully quiet today, which we're not used to seeing from her. This one's hit to the second baseman. She fields it, flips it over to first. So a 1-2-3 inning, and we're heading to the bottom of the sixth.
Hi, my name is Danny MG. I'm a sophomore left fielder, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Five-4 in favor of the Falcons here in the bottom of the sixth inning with Jen Amaral, Alina Chikuti, and Kim Showalter to lead off this inning. And this is the part of the lineup that really sparked that big rally in the last inning where West Valley scored 4 runs. Amaral's 0 for 2 today, looking for her first hit.
Number 4, Jen Amaral.
Yeah, this is going to be a big inning for West Valley if they can keep the momentum going.
Popped up, hits the cage, and comes back in. Count goes 0-1. I'm just waiting for it to come up over the backstop.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch it, you know.
Use those catcher's hands in your favor.
Yeah. I was a kid going to college games. I used to think it was the coolest thing to catch a foul ball.
This one's hit. That's a leadoff single for Jen Amaral. And West Valley starting to feel it now.
Now batting designated
Brings
player,
up Alina Chikuti. 1 for 2 with a single, stolen base, and a scored run. West Valley rattled off 5 hits in the 5th inning. Now they have 1 here in the 6th with nobody out. Leadoff man aboard. I believe I saw Alicia Selden head down to the bullpen, start to get loose. Bunt gets down, fields it. Hornsby Edwards the first for out number 1. So good sacrifice there, gets the tying run into scoring position. With Kim Showalter now coming up.
Center fielder, number 3, Kim Showalter.
Showalter is 0 for 1, the ground out and a walk. So this is a crucial situation right here. Tying run in scoring position. Base hit scores her. This one's hit. Elena Benapayo scoops it up, throws it over to first, and she pulled her foot, but they got him hanging out now. We have a pickle. Showalter smartly goes to second base. Alaska drops the ball. But there's 2 people on second base. So now she's out at second. So now we're going to have, how do we score that? So it was a single for Showalter. And then she got tagged out by 6 unassisted for 2.
Now batting shortstop, number 17, Rachel Norman.
Yeah, now we'll start. Jade Backtab just looked like she pulled her foot off the bag a hair early.
Yeah, if you're West Valley as a base runner, though, you have to make sure that you realize that the runner at first is going to second on that, because odds are you're going to get thrown out. And then to have the third baseman drop and then still run back to second, you have to be aware in a situation like that, especially when you're down by 1. And now what a break that Solano just caught.
Runs inside and a hitter. So Rachel Norman on with a hit by a pitch. It's going to bring up Carissa Aguilar, who hit a double on her last at-bat.
Now batting third baseman, number 11, Carissa Aguilar.
So she had a single and a run, the third baseman. Ball in the dirt. Good block by Cello there. Count goes to 1-0.
I'm really impressed with Cello being able to block the ball today and still jump up and make sure that these West Valley girls aren't going to take the extra base.
Mm-hmm. We've only seen one stolen base, and that came from Jakuti. And that's called a strike. Count goes to 1-1. So Alaska really needs to bear down here. Foul, straight back to the cage. 1-2. Just take a good hack there. Now with 2 outs, runners on first and second. You're ahead of the hitter 1-2. You're going to try to maybe get her to chase one more pitch or go right out of here to try to get a strikeout.
You know, being it's such a close ball game, 1-run ball game, I want her to chase. I want her to chase that ball. She wants to be aggressive. She wants to have those RBIs.
She hits this one. Hornsby Edwards bobbles, flips it up, and she is safe at third.
I really like the intensity from both teams. You know, this is obviously a pressure situation, but West Valley, she hard slide into third base right there, and Hornsby doing a good job knocking it down. But let's watch. We've been seeing, and we talked about earlier in the game, the wind picking up. So, and we haven't seen many fly balls to the outfield by any means. So let's see if maybe that'll play a factor in this. Solano's got to make sure that they don't make any mistakes and they just knock the ball down.
Yeah, the leading run on second base now. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. Kat Guevara up at the plate now, 0 for 3. Guevara did bat a .317 on the year, so hitless today, and she has been pitching, so she can get herself in the line to possibly be the winning pitcher today if she can get a hit here. Gets away, run coming home, and we have a tie ball game. So all the runners move up. Just got away from Cello there. Now the leading run on third base. 2 outs. And now this becomes an even bigger situation. And that's a good pitch right there from Alaska to come back with a good strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Kat Guevara really taking her time to come back in the box now, focusing up. And this one's hit off Alaska. Benapayo kicks off her feet. 2 runs are going to come home. Safe. And West Valley takes the lead, 7-5.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Solano's just got to minimize mistakes. And West Valley doing an amazing job of capitalizing on them. And West Valley even making some mistakes on the base pass. You would think Solano was going to catch her break. But now this is still anyone's ball game. We've seen both teams make errors. So Solano's just got to do everything they can to get out of this jam.
Yeah, tough break there. A couple hard plays. That one kicked off Alaska, and Benapayo had a hard time coming up with it and just kind of booted it away just far enough to allow that second run to come home. And that's more of an insurance run for West Valley there.
Yeah, it really is. You know, it gives them the momentum of the game, gives them a little bit more cushion. You know, they are home team, so Solano's got to come back.
So they really have to stop the bleeding right here with Reagan Van Diemen coming up to the plate. We saw her, she had that leg injury on her last single going down to first base. The train staff had to come out. And then when she was coming around third, it seemed like she was really holding that thigh, kind of like the hamstring. So let's see if that comes into play. Hit high and deep into left center field, and that baby's gone. 2-run home run for Reagan Van Diemen. And now it is 9-5 in favor of West Valley.
She's got that hurt leg, too. That's impressive. You see her limping around the bases.
Yeah, she should pull maybe a little Kirk Gibson there, do a little pump.
A little bit. Always like when we can reference the Dodgers.
Yeah, Kirk Gibson actually was just diagnosed with the Parkinson's disease. So our thoughts and prayers go out to him. But, man, she wasn't waiting around. She saw a first pitch fastball, and she turned on, and that was a shot. There was the home run you were waiting for.
Yeah, and as a hitter, that's the time when, you know, as what the pitcher's going to do. They're going to try to just throw it over the plate. But as a hitter, you got to jump on it, and that's a great job right there. And that now is starting to put the game closer and closer out of reach for Solano. But, again, anything can happen.
Yeah, you saw West Valley was down 5-0 most this game. Got 4 in the 5th, now 5 here in the 6th.
And if you're Denali, you know, she's been pitching well, and she's had some tough mistakes defensively, but you just have to try to get this out right here and get your team in there, and we know how powerful the Solano offense can be.
Hit foul into the dugout. 1-1. Umpire looking for some more balls. So these balls keep flying out of the field. So Lindsay Rafter up the plate now. 1-1 count. And with nobody on here, you have to get this. You cannot allow another runner to come back out on the bases. That ball's low, 2-1. Ball in the dirt, 3-1. And that's a strike call, full count. Yeah, every single time you start taking a step towards first base before the umpire calls it, more than likely he's going to call you back. See that happen all the time.
Yeah, you never want to show up the umpire like that. As a hitter, just wait a second, wait for the call, and then if he calls the ball, then head on down to first base.
So now here comes the payoff pitch. High, ball 4.
Now batting second baseman, number 5, Marissa Ortiz.
So now Ortiz is coming up to the plate. 1 for 2 with a double, a walk. We have a pinch runner coming out. It looks like a Shannon Doyle.
For West Valley, number 7, Shannon Doyle.
So maybe adding in some more speed out on the base paths just to maybe try to get one more insurance run in. As West Valley is now leading by 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Checks her swing, fouls it back, 0-1. You hear a lot of rally noises coming from West Valley side. It just seems like the wind has been blown out of Solano's sails, but they still have a lot of ball game to play. This one's hit out in the right field. Bayardo grabs it, and they are out of the inning. The damage is done. 5 runs come in. West Valley leads 9-5 with the last ups for Solano coming up. Top of the 7th inning, and it's do or die time now for the Falcons, as now they trail by 4. The season on the line as West Valley is 3 outs away from advancing to the 2nd round in the Northern Regionals, which will be the Super Regionals, I'm sorry.
Yes, it would.
And it all starts with Nay White, then Ashley Dufresne, and Jade Backtad. And this is Nay White's been quiet all day, 0 for 3, but this is the girl you would want to start this type of inning. This is a big first at bat. You know, she needs to get on with nobody out because they have a high task ahead of them. But like we say, anything can happen. West Valley was trailing in the 5th, 5-0, put a 4 spot, then a 5 spot on.
And if I'm not mistaken, yesterday, Nay White was the one who brought her to life to start the little rally going for Solano.
For Solano, center fielder, number 9, Andre White.
So Kat Guevara out on the mound. First pitch, high, ball 1. And that was a good take there by Nay White. You know, she can come in this situation, be overly aggressive and try to swing at something outside the strike zone, but she's a very smart hitter, as you see in there. She's looking for a pitch she can drive. That is low, ball 2.
Her count.
Yeah, and if you're slow, you got to make sure that you don't try to get it all back in one swing. It's going to take a team effort. Got to make sure if you can get on by getting a walk or a hit by pitch, then you got to focus on that. A home run, I mean, it's just going to put you 1 in, but you want to just keep collectively getting girls on base.
That is called a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And is your favorite line, you like to say, pass the torch.
Exactly, yeah. Pass the torch, patch the torch. That's exactly what you want to do. And as a team, you just have to know and have the trust in people behind you that they're going to pick you up.
2-1 does not offer at it. It goes 3-1.
Yeah, as Coach Bloom likes to say, put the pressure on the next kid.
Exactly. And, you know, Stash, me and you have talked about it before, and how baseball and softball, too, is a team sport based on individual achievements. And right now, as an individual, you just have to pass it along for your team.
This one's hit out in the right field, and that bloops down for a leadoff single. Nay White gets her first hit of the ball game, and at a clutch time for the Falcons.
That's a good start right there.
Now batting left fielder, number 27, Ashley Dufresne.
So Ashley Dufresne now coming up, 0 for 2 today.
Yeah, and as a team, too, if you're trailing, you always want to try to get the tying run up to the plate. And that way anything can happen. That's when the most pressure is put on the opposing team, when you can put yourself in a situation to tie the game and win.
So no one on, nobody out. First pitch, Dufresne is outside, ball 1. I really like the plate discipline in this inning so far from Nay White, waiting for a pitch she can drive, which she did. Now Dufresne taking her time, not offering at the first pitch. And that's low, 2-0, so an excellent hitter's count here. She's going to be looking for that 1 pitch.
Right now, as a pitcher, too, you're really relaxed. You have a 4-run lead. And for Solano, you want to kind of put the fear in the other team. We talked about that again yesterday, that the pitcher's just as nervous as the hitter.
That's high, ball 3. And you can see it here, struggling to find the strike zone. Ashley did have a 4-pitch walk back in the 2nd inning. So 3 balls and no strikes to Ashley Dufresne. And that's a strike at the knees, 3-1. 3-1 pitch. Hit right back to the pitcher. Fields it, throws it to second. And she is out at second base. So a good play there by Kat Guevara.
Now batting.
I'm surprised that we saw the pitcher go and throw it to second, because right now you're trying to collect outs. And it seemed like the smart thing would just be to go one, but right there paid off for her. It's always nice to get the lead out when you can.
So Jade Backtad now up at the plate, was hit by a pitch and also has a single. She really needs to get something into the outfield, something she can drive to the gap. First pitch is outside, ball one. And looks like we're going to have a pinch runner coming in for Ashley Dufresne. It's going to be Christian Montgomery, the freshman, coming in to run.
Pinch running for Solano. Number 1, Christian Montgomery.
So good move there by Coach Bloom, trying to put a little more speed on the bases because every run matters right now. All the base runners matter. Down by 4 runs here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs left to work with. That adds a ball, so 2-0. And Guevara just really struggling now here in the top of the 7th inning to find the strike zone.
It's probably not the time you want that to happen.
And that's a strike call on the outside corner. Good pitch. But a smart take by Jade Backtad right there. That wasn't the pitch she could really do much with there. Two balls, 1 strike, and here comes the pitch. Lifted down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Rolls into the corner. Montgomery's coming to third. She's going to stay at third, and that's a huge 1-out double by Jade Backtad.
Just keep passing it, keep passing it, keep passing it.
So Jacobson pretty much been leading the team in RBIs most of this year, one of the main RBI sources. 0 for 3 today.
Second baseman, number 12, Brittany Jacobson.
You hear the crowd behind us starting to get loud. They're getting into it. Like we say, anything can happen. No lead is ever safe in junior college softball.
And who would you want up to the plate? The team leader in home runs, right?
Mm-hmm. First pitch. And that's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. So Guevara reached back and add a little more zip on that one. So now the 0-1. And that's low, ball 1.
Yeah, and if you're West Valley right now, you don't want to put her on, because then that brings up the tying run. So I say you just go after, attack, and see what happens. So home run, you're still up by 1.
Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Just swung over the top of that pitch there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guevara has a lot of pitchers she can work with here. Lifted into right field. It's caught. Montgomery's going to stay. It was too shallow to make the tag, so that's out number 2. And that's a smart hold right there by Coach Pearson Bloom.
Yeah, that run does not matter. You don't want to have your season end on a play at the plate when you're up or when you're down by 4.
Now, if it's a tie ball game or you're down by 1, then yeah, you put the pressure on there. But like you said, they're down by 4, so every run matters.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not a situation where you want to put pressure on them. You just want to give your hitters a chance to keep passing the torch and keep trying to claw back into this.
First pitch to Kristen Bayardo is called a strike, 0-1. Bayardo has been on base with an error and a single. She has an RBI and a scored run. Grounded out to the first baseman in her last at-bat. Foul tip, dead at the plate, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here comes the pitch. And this one's hit. Fielded by second baseman, and then she's safe at first. 1 run will come in. Bayardo smartly goes to second. So now it's a 3-run. It rolls into the dugout. So Jade Backtad will come home. Bayardo stay at second base. And this lead has been cut down to 2. Things are getting interesting now. So instead of Jasmine Hornsby Edwards, it's going to be Alicia Selden coming up here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th, down by 2. Alicia batted a .449 on the year. Second in the team in doubles. She does have 2 home runs on the year as well, with 35 RBIs.
Pitch hitting for Solano will be number 7, Alicia Selden.
Yeah, if you're Solano, this is a good situation to be in. Now you got the tying run up to the plate, and if you can just pass the torch one more time, then you got one of your best players up to bat, and you flip over to the top of the order.
Yeah, that's exactly what Solano needs to do right now. And you just felt like Marissa Ortiz came in on that. It was a slow ground ball to second base. You never really felt that she was going to make that play. You just had that sense. She was kind of late to the ball, bobbled, and the situation got too big for her, and that right there. But now it's up to West Valley. Who's going to pick her up, or is Solano going to come all the way back? First pitch called, strike, 0-1.
Now this is a situation that I was talking about where the pitcher's just as nervous as the hitter. So as a hitter, you just have to take a breath and realize that and stick with your approach, whichever way you're trying to drive the ball.
So no balls, 1 strike. Swings, fouls it back. It's a quick 0-2.
Now down to their last pitch, Solano faces elimination.
You can cut the tension here with a knife. And the pitch, and it's one shot right through the 3.5 hole. That's a base hit. Bayardo's coming out. It's kicked away by the right fielder, and it's a 1-run ball game. Huge 2-out single for Alicia Selden. What a great game we have. I know you're pumped over here, Bella.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah, you're jumping for joy, clapping over here, having a good time.
I'm having a hard time breathing right now. This team does that to me.
So we're going to have a re-entry. Jasmine Hornsby Edwards is going to come in for Selden.
Back into the game and running for Solano, number 10,
But now it all falls on Elena Benapayo. 2 outs. One of your team's best hitters at the plate for the past 2 years.
Number 3, Elena Benapayo.
Elena's 1 for 4 today.
You know, being a sophomore on the field, this is that moment, you know.
So the tying run on first base, Solano down 9-8, and already have 3 in. And like you say, Tyler, just keep passing the torch, and let's see if Elena can get it done right here. First pitch is high, ball 1.
Yeah, if you're West Valley, you have to make sure you knock everything down, and for the outfielders, you have to make sure that you can keep the runner at first from scoring. So anyway, dive, anything you can do to keep that ball in front of you.
So 1 ball, no strike, and here comes the offering. And that's called a strike, 1-1. So let's see what Kat Guevara is going to offer here on this 1-1 count. Swing, hit right through the legs of Van Diemen. Hornsby Edwards to third, close play. Benapayo to second, and she is out at second base, and West Valley wins. Oh, that is a heartbreaker for the Falcons, folks. And the Cinderella comeback just falls short 9-8, and it went through the legs of Reagan Van Diemen. The right fielder made one heck of a play to get it to Carissa Aguilar. And then the trailing runner, Benapayo, was called out at second base. And your takes from the game, Tyler.
Wow, what an intense game. It didn't really look like it was going to be that intense. We thought Solano was going to roll through them, and then West Valley came out to the huge lead after that. But what a fight for both sides. Solano, obviously, you don't want to see the game end that way. And I'm sure if Benatello had a redo on that, then she probably wouldn't take second. But what a game for both sides.
Yeah, it was a very well fought game. Solano had the lead, 5-0 going into the 5th. West Valley came back with a 4 spot on the 5th, 5 spot in the 6th. And Solano and Bella, your takes from this game.
You know, it was a really good game. You got 2 great teams coming out here playing real great. West Valley's going to have a great run in the playoffs with the fight they have, coming out here and beating Solano a 2-game series. So good luck to them.
Yeah, it's a tough one to swallow here, but what an outstanding season. 10 consecutive VBC titles for this softball team here at Solano, but a lot of good things you could build on going into next year. Hitting was outstanding this year. Looking forward to see what the freshmen come back and bring next season, like Nay White, who had a stellar season. But outside of that, what a great broadcast we hear. Got to give a shout out to all of our camera people, our production crew. You see Orlando Torres, Anthony Williams, Chelsea Williams, Gerardo Vargas, Del Fawcett, Brian Nelson, and our fearless leader, Greg Poff. And I'm Stosh Zamoyda, Tyler Stover, Bella Fellafini, and all of us here at the Solano College Sports Network. Thank you guys for watching.